Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Cybel Joy F. Labis of West Visayas State University. I am tasked to discuss to you design thinking in K to 3 science and mathematics teaching, the Ideate stage or the third stage of design thinking process. Okay, before we will have the main topic, which is the Ideate stage, let me have this challenge first. This challenge is entitled What is the possible how might we question was made before this product challenge? What do we mean by this? It means I'll be flashing some pictures and images wherein you have to guess what is the how might we question before that product was made. Okay, this one. What do you think is this? What do you think is the question behind this product? Anybody who likes to answer? Why would Apple have to innovate new features of their phones every single year? Okay, let's have the next one. Still the same? You have to give me the how might be question before this product was made. And this is the COVID-19 vaccine. And many of us are already having it and still waiting to have it. Okay, what do you think is the possible how might we question was made before this product? Okay, how about this one? What do you think are the reasons behind the creation of this product? What is the how might we question was made before this product? Is design thinking can also be used to make something bad for humanity? Remember, it also sparkles evil's mind to make something that would harm humanity. Okay, let's move on to the next one. For this one, I think you are very familiar with this one because it is very popular to our millennials and the I generation. So we have the Lazada, Zalora, Shopee, eBay, Amazon, LBC, Carousel, and Ninja Van. So what do you think is the how might we question was formed before this product? Okay. This will be probably some of the reasons why people still connect, though at first we have doubts if this will work. But since we have this webinar training right now, I guess this is a big yes to everyone. We continue our classes even though we haven't seen our students or our co-teachers or heads and supervisors, but still we still have our class. We have the Zoom, we have the Google Meet, we have the Teams, we have the Cisco WebEx meetings, the FB Live, the Soho meeting, and the Discord. So these are some of the popular virtual platforms we use in order to meet virtually. So what do you think is the how might we question was formed before this product? Okay. And are you familiar with this one? Couples are being helped to conceive with this process and have a baby of their own with the help of science. So, in fact, this 6-year-old boy is the living testament of this scientific innovation of the design thinking process. He is very familiar to me. So the question now is, what do you think is the how might we question was made before this process? Let me share to you what the CEO of the designer.com said. What does this person thinking? What does this person feeling? And when the team crossed that border, what were they thinking? What were they feeling? It often points to an opportunity for innovation. So again, what does this person thinking? What does this person feeling? And when the team crossed that border, what were they thinking? What they were feeling? It is opportunity for us to innovate. So let's have the overview of my topic for this morning. Let's have first topic, which is the what is ideation, ways to generate ideas. Ideation sessions are about finding new angles, how to ideate, and using ideation to build castles in the sky and then the bridges. Let's have the first topic. The first topic is all about what is ideation. What is ideation? Anyone? I've searched the Google and it says that ideation is the formation of ideas or concepts. Ideate is the verb that is to form an idea of, imagine, or conceive. It is to form ideas or to think of ideas. Ideation is the creative process where designers generate ideas in sessions. It is a phase of divergent thoughts, wild ideas, and exploration of solutions considering enormous cognitive activity for hundreds of solutions. It is the critical and the most celebrated phase of design thinking because you will be enjoying later in the workshop. This is the most enjoyable part of the activity, wherein there are tensions, negotiations, and transformations. In ideation, participants gather with open minds to produce as many ideas as they can to address a problem statement in a facilitated, judgment-free environment. So we don't need to judge others' ideas. So later, if they're forming their ideas that you think is weird, then you have to keep quiet because any wild ideas are welcome. Because ideation will help you ask the right questions and innovate. Step beyond the obvious solutions and therefore increase the innovation potential of your solution. It will also help you bring together perspectives and strengths of the team members. Ideation will also help you uncover unexpected area of innovation, create volume and variety in your innovation options, and of course, it will get obvious solutions out of your heads and drive your team beyond them. Okay, we are now in the topic 2, and that is ways to generate ideas. According to Kevin Daum, there are 7 ways to generate great ideas. And the first one is engage in observation sessions. For in this way, you can see what people feel and what people think. Second one is socialize outside your normal circles. Who knows, you might learn from talking to other people. Third is read more books. We can't deny the fact that we learn a lot of information from these printed material. Next is randomly surf the web. For me, nothing beats the World Wide Web in terms of information. Of course, the next one is, yep, a regular journal. You have to take down notes, especially the important ones for you to always remember. Next, we have to meditate. Inner peace. Inhale, exhale. You can search the answer through silent meditation like yoga sessions. And of course, the last but not the least, use structured exercises. Have this with your friends in a regular basis. You might find the true answer of what you're looking for when you are engaging with them. Next, ideation sessions are about finding new angles. I know it is challenging to gain the perspective to find solutions. To have a projective ideation sessions, you need a dedicated environment for standing back to seek and see every angle. Before starting to look for ideas, your team needs a clearly defined problem to tackle, a focused problem statement or point of view to inspire and guide everyone. A very good example of how might we question is, how might we design an app finding cheap hotels in safe neighborhoods? And actually, we're using these apps right now. And we have the Airbnb, the Trivago, HomeAway, Agoda, TripAdvisor, Hotel.com, Red Doors, and the Booking.com, and a lot more. So these people are very innovative and they were able to invent and make some ways on how to book our hotels every time that we travel without difficulty. So this is really an A plus for me. I used to have Agoda to book my hotels before the pandemic, and I think this is a very good application where we can just book hotel without needed to us to go to travel agency. What do we need to bring people together to conjure ideas and bypass established frontiers? You need a skilled facilitator and a creative environment, including a prepared space, featuring posters of personas or relevant information, etc. In ideation sessions, we need also to have some rules in order to have order. Examples of these rules are the following: time limit, an hour or two for generating ideas will be great. Next, quantity over quality focus, because the more ideas we bring to the group, the better. So you have to think plenty of ideas later during our workshop. Next is ban on distractions like using your cell phone. So later, when we are discussing with our group, we need to avoid using our phones, Facebooking, Instagramming, Twittering, and all those stuff, because we need to focus on what is given to us. Next, we need to have the no bad ideas mindset. So whatever is the idea of the others, respect that, even though it is crazy, weird, or out of this world idea, that is still accepted. Okay? Next, how to ideate. There are hundreds of ideation techniques to help you in your ideation sessions. So you want an ideation technique that combines your conscious and unconscious mind, fusing the rational with the creative. So it must match the sorts of ideas your team must generate and reflect their nature, needs, and experience with ideation. So some of the crucial ones are the following. The first one is combine conscious and unconscious mind and their rational thoughts with imagination. Second, separate the generation of ideas from the evaluation of ideas. The third one is give your imagination and creativity a voice. Next, number 4, entertain crazy ideas. Who knows that crazy idea is what you're looking for, is the answer to your problem. Next, do not ignore ideas that seem obvious or easy. Any idea can sprout a brilliant concept. The next one is look into each and every idea with a fresh mindset. Next, multidisciplinary teams bring across varied outlooks. That would mean invite everyone that you know that has that can be capable of thinking of wild ideas. And the last one is short lists, the bests, and leave the rest. We are now in the last topic, and that is using ideation to build castles in the sky and then the bridges. These are the ideation techniques that we are going to discuss. The first one is brainstorming. Next, brainwriting. Third one is the Scamper method, which is very popular. And of course, we also have number 4, the mind mapping. And the last one, the analogy. Let us have first the brainstorming. Brainstorming is the commonly used method to explore the possible solutions to a certain problem. So in order for us to have an effective brainstorming, you have to build good ideas from each other's ideas. So one idea typically leads on from another. So by considering thoughts, opinions, and ideas of other team members during the brainstorming session, new insights and perspectives can be achieved, which then inform others' own ideas. So thus, team will continue to build ideas which hopefully become progressively more refined and targeted towards the central issue. The next one is defer judgment. Defer judgment or criticism, including nonverbal. The brainstorming environment is not the time to argue or to question other members' ideas. So each member has a responsibility to foster relations that advance the session. For this reason, judgment comes later. So rather than blocking an idea, you and your other team members are encouraged to come up with your own ideas that sprout off from those provided by other members of your team. The next one is stay focused on the topic. So stay on topic always. It is easy to veer off and take lots of different directions during brainstorming sessions, especially when you are trying to be open-minded and constrained in your efforts to come up with ideas. So it is important that the members stay on topic. Focus is essential. Otherwise, the process can be confusing, or others can become muddled and cross between solutions for other problems. So every effort should be made by the facilitator to keep members on the central theme and goal. You might even want to designate a particular brainstormer to maintain the thread and prevent team members veering off the course. The next one is go visual. Yes, the physical act of writing something down or drawing an image in order to bring an idea to life can help people think up new ideas or view the same ideas in a different way. So the brainstorming session is more likely to evolve if the team members visualize and bring ideas to life rather than rely on discussions alone. We're up for the next one, and that is go for quantity. Aim for quantity. Brainstorming is effectively a creative exercise in which design thinkers are encouraged to let their imaginations run wild. The emphasis is on quantity rather than quality at this stage. We also have this one, and it is one conversation at a time. So, design thinkers or the brainstormers should focus on one point or conversation at a time so as not to muddy their thinking or lose sight of the thread or the current objective. We are now in the second ideation technique, and that is brainwriting. According to Arthur Van Gundy, brainwriting is the silent, written generation of ideas in a group. It was originally popularized in Germany in 1970s, although it may not have originated there. So there are two basic types of brainwriting, and the first one is nominal ideas. Nominal ideas in a group that are not shared with other group members while generating the ideas. An example of nominal brainwriting would be a group of people either in the same room or sitting together or connected via computer in other locations, while they're writing ideas in index cards or post-it notes. So at the end of a set of period of time, like for example 10 to 15 minutes, ideas are collected and organized into groups and evaluated. Now let's move to the next brainwriting technique, and this is the interacting ideas, wherein these ideas are shared for additional stimulation. One good example of interacting brainwriting is the pin cards method, wherein each person in a group writes down an idea on an index card or post-it note and pass it to the person next to the right, or I say write as in WRIT. Okay. This person receiving an idea then can do one of the three things here. The first one is use the other's idea as a stimulus for a new idea, or use the other's idea to think of a modification, or just pass the card on to the next person. At the end of a certain period of time, just like for example, for 10 to 15 minutes, the ideas are collected and organized into groups and evaluated. Let us now move to the next one, and this is the Scamper method, or just simply Scamper. It can often be difficult to come up with new ideas when you're trying to develop or improve a product or service. This is where creative brainstorming techniques like Scamper can help. This tool helps you generate ideas for new products and services by encouraging you to think about how you could improve the existing ones. Let's watch this movie so you will have an idea what is it all about. There you have it. I think you have learned a lot from that video. And the S is for substitute, C for combine, A for adopt, M for modify, P for put into another use, E for eliminate, R for reverse. We have a very good example of a scamper method here, and that is inventing a new type of wristwatch. Okay, S for substitute, use natural wood or rocks instead of steel material. C, that is to combine, create space for easy, instant access to medications when the alarm goes off. Next, A, adapt, use the wristwatch as a reflective mirror when lost. M, magnify, minimize, modify, make the wristwatch face large enough to be a cup holder. Can you imagine a wristwatch that is a cup holder? Okay, next, P, put to other uses, and that is framing the watch as a work of art. Next, E, eliminate, remove the internal workings of the watch and replace them with a sundial. Next one for R, that's reverse or rearrange, change the watch hands to go counterclockwise. Or put the watch face on the inside of the wristband to make the back of the watch the focal point in terms of design and fashion. And now we're up for the fourth technique, and this is the mind mapping. What do we mean by mind mapping? It is a diagram, an easy way to organize thoughts, worrying about order and structure. It allows you to visually structure your ideas to help with analysis and recall. Just like me, I want to see things in order, so I want to see information in a diagram form or in table form compared to if it is in words. It is better for me to understand and absorb things when it is in the table or diagram. This is an example of a diagram, and it has the center point wherein the subject is the center of the diagram, and the rest are subtopics. To better understand and organize our thoughts, we can make a diagram for design thinking process. And of course, we have the first one, empathize, wherein we observe, immerse, listen. Second, that's define, we understand, interpret, and focus. And a third, that's ideate, wherein we generate, we imagine, we filter, and choose. And for the fourth one, that's prototype, we build, feedback, and refine. And for the last and not the least, that is the testing, wherein we give our product to the users and we evaluate and then improve. So we can better picture out what is design thinking all about, because it was placed in a diagram, or we do mind mapping in this case. And here is another example. You can draw if you want to, so that you can express your thoughts. As what we said, go visual. And now we're up for the last technique, and this is the analogy. Don't you know that 80% of the new ideas come from analogy thinking? Some designers say all design is redesign. By that, they mean that you can borrow from somebody else's ideas or elsewhere. You can build on others' ideas, and you can remix them into new formats and combinations. So it's easy for us to innovate when we can borrow ideas from others. So look around you and see what is existing, and then you formulate your own idea from what is present. And when Pablo Picasso knew this, when he said, good artist copy, great artist steal. This ideation technique isn't about simply copying existing products or business models. It is because, in analogy, we build empathy with users, we synthesize and define information, we also generate new ideas and gain a fresh way of looking at environments. Now let us take a look at several products that have reinvented and redesigned their own models and products. Let's start off with this one. It's Apple. And this one, Samsung. And of course, this one is very popular because many of us are using this. And the cosmetic industry is also redesigning and reinventing, re-innovating their own products. And the Facebook has a lot of improvements, as well as this one, our Tide products that we're using at home, not only for detergent, but of course they venture also to other household products that we can use at home. And the brand Mustang, from the old model to the newest model. And let us remember that in ideation, it is not about coming up with the right idea. It is about generating the broadest range of possibilities. Thank you. And now we're ready for the workshop, which is the workshop number 3. In here, you will revisit the problem statements generated in the define stage, apply any ideation technique on the problem statement, and third, you will generate a sketch, mind map, or any illustration that will give you the visualization of the possible solutions. The fourth one is to construct ideas that will be utilized to generate the possible solutions to the problems. Okay, and that's all.